Just the same thing from when I, was a 18-year-old, 17-year-old kid and I committed here. I committed to a family, and me and Coach still have a great relationship to this day. He came out and taught me to play this year every day. So whenever I can come back, I love to.
Julius did a lot of talking around here recently about Lonzo Ball versus De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
How do you weigh in now as a guy who's got to say in the fight?
Obviously De'Aaron's a great player. I loved him through the whole, season and the whole draft process. But my point guard is, Lonzo. So I'm excited to play with him. Excited, to build chemistry with him throughout the season. Obviously De'Aaron's going to have a great career. He's going to be an excellent player. So, I guess that rivalry is going to live forever.
How close were you and D'Angelo Russell, and did it kind of did it hurt you as his teammate to see him go, or was it just kind of more like y'all work together?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Obviously, you're with somebody every day, 6-7 months out the year, and then throughout the summer, most of the summer you're with somebody, so you build a relationship with people. Obviously, it's tough, but everybody sees it as the nature of the business. So, you can't really take any hard feelings out of it. You just got to move on and just continue to get better. And, obviously we'll see each other down the road. Still out in Los Angeles living, so still talk, but it's just the business.
You've had about 2 outstanding years since your injury. Are you fully recovered? What was that like having to sit out that first year?
It was extremely tough. Yeah, I'm fully recovered. I feel better than I have in probably the last 4 or 5 years. So I feel really well. It's obviously extremely tough. When the game that you love, something you love to do, is taken away from you. But it was also a tremendous growth process for me, as an individual, as a person, and, as a basketball player. So in a way, the year was needed at the same time.
We all do the San Diego season from afar. What's it like being in the middle of it with people moving around, all kinds of different teams?
It's crazy, but what can you really do about it? It's a lot of stuff that's out of your control. So I really try not to pay too much attention to it. I just focus on what I can control and getting better and enjoying my off season, enjoying my, my fiance, enjoying my son. So, that's what I focus on.
What are your first impressions of seeing Lonzo play, and especially what he did in the summer league?
He makes everybody better. He's a great player. He obviously can score, but he makes the game a lot easier for everybody, and he makes the game very simple. And I think the way he plays is contagious.
What's your favorite thing about the camp that you're doing today, and what to teach the kids? What do you want to impart on them the most?
Just being around the kids. I always say, growing up as a kid, I didn't really have the experience of dealing with guys you look up to or pro athletes. So I take it very serious, being able to, talk to these kids and put a smile on their face or block their shot, whatever it may be. Just having fun and interacting with this community. Honestly, the parents as well. Have given so much to me. My year that I was here. So this place is like a second home to me for sure.
Has your perspective changed since you're a parent yourself now?
Say it again.
Has your perspective of kind of these camps changed at all since you're a parent now yourself?
I've always taken it, serious when it comes to kids. Just like I said, because of my experience growing up. As a parent, now being a parent is kind of crazy, but as a parent, you kind of cherish that relationship that I have with my son. I really cherish it, and every day getting to see his face and to spend time with him and making sure Dad is there. So I know other parents have the same feeling, so I really do, enjoy these moments and giving back to kids for sure.
LA is a lot different than Dallas or especially Lexington. How has the adjustment been to life on the freeways?
I try to stay off of them. Yeah, I live close to the practice facility, and yeah, I try to avoid the traffic honestly because it's miserable. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's miserable. I mean, here you go 4 miles, it'll take 5 minutes. There you go 4 miles, it might take you 25 minutes. So I try to avoid it, and I try to stay home as much as possible. So town I live in is really convenient. I got everything I need. The beach is right there, food's right there, facilities right there. Kind of like the lodge is set up, so I try not to leave my area.
In your couple of years, you guys have undergone a lot of changes. Kobe's farewell tour, then Magic comes in. What has this been like for you?
It's a great experience. You know, being around Kobe, my favorite player growing up, having that relationship with him, to all the changes that we've gone through as a young team, now Magic here, being able to pick the brain of these greats, you know, it's been good. So, you know, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. And, you know, every day is, I just take, like I said, I take every day one day at a time. And, you know, I just try to leave it at that. Can't really, like I said, control the other stuff. You can only control what you can control, and that's your effort, getting better, all that type of stuff.
You mentioned playing on a young team. You played on a young team here as well. Are there any similarities? I know college ball is very different.
It's a lot of similarities, honestly. And I think it's kind of why I've been able to, I guess, stay a little even keel, because I kind of have a perspective, you know, coming from a young team here at Kentucky and struggling early, and then, you know, kind of finding our niche and you know, making a run. So it's been an experience that's allowed me to, you know, keep perspective, you know, with our team now, and, you know, we're growing every year. Everybody's getting better, so it's just only a matter of time.
There's been talking around here lately that maybe for the alumni game it would be Kentucky players taking on a super team out there. Just curious about your thoughts on that. And Kentucky players taking on the Golden State Warriors or another team.
Yeah, somebody, my friend mentioned that to me yesterday. I had no clue about that. Yeah, they just told me about the alumni game, and I was thinking about coming, but yeah, I had no clue about that. But I definitely think we would win. Yeah, I don't think it'll really be a challenge.
Really?
Yeah, I think Kentucky just has too many stars that come out of here, too many really good players. So, I mean, I'm never gonna say I'm gonna lose.
What starting lineup do you think would stand a chance? Like, what would you go 1 through 5?
I'm gonna have to let Coach choose that. Me and him gonna have to have a meeting before I agree to this game. We're gonna have to have a little meeting. I'm always putting myself in the spot.
I saw one of your tweets, I think it was to Dakari, congratulating him about his contract. Do you still keep in touch with some of the guys that you play with here?
Absolutely, absolutely. I actually was on FaceTime with Dakari yesterday because we were talking about some of the times that we had here. And he's coming to my wedding in like 2 weeks. So I definitely keep in contact. You know, AP, I see Willie all the time. I mean, you see everybody, and it's just like old times, the twins. You know, I saw James probably a week ago. So, I mean, everything is just like old times when you see each other. You know, it's a little bit harder, but I definitely keep in contact with everybody.
Speaking of those young guys, have you had a chance to give them some advice now that they're in the big leagues?
You talking about my
Like
teammates?
Fox and Monk and those guys have just left.
No, I haven't had the chance, but I mean, anybody that want to come to me for advice or anything, you know, I don't hold back. So, you know, you just kind of figure out your way, honestly. You know, you get thrown into the fire, and day by day you learn something new, but you figure out your way, and those guys will too. I mean, Coach does a really good job of preparing you for that. So it really wasn't a big adjustment for me coming here to the NBA.
Yeah, I remember Booker said travel was the hardest thing.
Yeah, travel is really hard. I think for me, just taking care of your body, learning how to take care of your body and get your body ready, you know, from day to day, practice to practice, so you can get maximum, effort.
I'm assuming,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm assuming you've heard the LeBron LA rumors and everything that's been going on there. Have you ever played with LeBron? And just, I know that, LeBron's a great player and whatnot, but how would that change for you as, as being I guess the power forward on the team and LeBron coming in? How would that change for you, and have you ever played with him before?
No, I mean, other than, those camps you go to in high school, nah. But, I mean, there's so much speculation in the NBA these days. How can I really, speak on it? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, I mean, who's to know? Who knows? Only probably him and his family know what he's going to do. He probably doesn't even know what he's going to do. So I can't necessarily speak on that because I don't really know what's going to happen with that.
There was a picture of you on the internet going around this summer. You kind of transformed your body over a pretty short period. Are we going to see a different version of you on the court this year?
Yeah, I think, when I talked to Magic, our GM, Palinka at the end of the season, the biggest thing was for me, I keep working on my skill, my shooting and all that type of stuff, but get in the best shape possible. He had mentioned to me during, the pre-draft workouts to do all those testings and all that type of stuff. And I think the fastest end-to-end speed that they had since my draft class or before was one that I did. I think I had the fastest time. So that just shows like my physical abilities to be able to run the floor, get the rebound, push it, whatever it is. So the biggest thing is me getting the best shape possible so I can do that, throughout the course of a whole game, every possession. So that's really all it's about. And, if I don't get tired, I feel like I'm at my best. I mean, anybody's like that, so just got to get in the best shape.
Have you gotten the chance to get a good look at the players coming into the UK team this year?
I'm not. I saw when I came here a couple weeks ago, I saw, some of them and they were in the gym working, Knox and those guys, but I have not seen too much of them. But, I mean, every year we have the #1 recruiting class, so what more can you ask for? I definitely, during the season, though, I do make time to watch our games, so I get a lot more familiar with the players, and I'll see them out here today and talk to them and stuff like that.
What's your relationship with Coach Walton, and how is that different than your relationship with Coach Cal?
Two different approaches. I have an amazing relationship with Coach, and I have a amazing relationship with Coach Walton. But I mean, it's just two different approaches. They're two different guys. Coach is a lot more gritty, get up under you. And they both, Coach Walton's more, calm, kind of like his dad, chill, relaxed. But they both know how to connect with me and challenge me in different ways. So, my relationship with Coach Walton is great. I talk to him, all the time. And, it's an amazing relationship for sure.
Couple more questions, guys. What kind of wedding gift do you expect from Coach Cal? So what kind of wedding gift do you expect from Coach Cal?
Better be something good, man. All the screaming he did at me, the running, the yelling. We took him to a national championship. It got to be something good, a car or something.
Who's the teammate you got to be most worried about misbehaving that way?
Ex-teammate, probably Nick Young. Yeah, he has no filter, no sense, no nothing. So,
what do you miss the most about Lexington, your time in Lexington?
Just the community. I mean, the growing up, you can literally feel yourself, maturing more, becoming a better basketball player. I mean, it's tough, but the way, you guys embrace us, the fans, everybody embraces us. It makes it all, worth it. And then it goes so fast, and in the end, you're like, man, like, what happened? Like, where did my time go? And, you got to grow up. You got to go to the next stage. But, I just miss, the community, the relationships that I established, being able to communicate with, certain people on an everyday basis. KP, those guys, Coach Cal, my teammates. So it was tough leaving for sure.
Did you watch the 30 for 30 on Cal?
I did.
What'd you think?
He's the same as he was young as he is now. But it was great. You know, they did a great job as far as, you know, going throughout his career. You know, really just seeing how he impacts lives and changes lives. You know, obviously I have a more, you know, personal connection with it because how he impacted me and changed my life. But, you know, he turns, you know, guys coming here as boys and, you know, they leave men and they have a different perspective on life and cherish things and, you know, have more accountability and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, it's amazing to see how he was able to do that at a young age and, you know, still doing it to this day.
Did you see Calipari
Last one.
proud by dunk challenge?
I did. I did. He was hobbling trying to get over there to that goal. But it was good. Yeah, it was good.
All right, thanks everyone. I think we can.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Yep.